it's Danny, and today's video is going to be a first impressions video. I don't make too many videos like this just because I don't buy too much new makeup in bulk, so I don't have very much to try for first impressions videos. Nor do I buy things that are pretty new on the market. I like to kind of read reviews and shop around a little bit and wait until the product has gotten some notoriety and has a reputation for being good, because I don't want to waste money on bad products, you know. But today's video is specifically going to focus on the ColourPop No Filter Concealers. I bought 2 of them in my shade when ColourPop was having that huge giveaway. I bought 2 in my shade when ColourPop was doing the buy 2 ultra matte liquid lipsticks and get 1 free, and they were also doing their 5 million Instagram follower kind of promotion thing where if you bought a certain amount of products you get products for free. So I bought it during that sale. Thankfully they had 2 colors which would match me. I also do try a few other ColourPop products. I have 2 highlighters here and a bunch of liquid lipsticks, so we're going to try those out as well. This is a first impressions video, so I haven't worn it more than I have today, but you guys will find out my first impressions at the end of this video. You'll see me apply it and everything and my thoughts while applying it. Real quick, I just wanted to mention the products that I am wearing underneath. I am wearing a Proactive Complexion Perfecting Hydrator. This is my daily moisturizer. I'm wearing a primer because I always wear a primer. This is a Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer. And this is just the normal oil-free formula. And then I'm wearing the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte in 105. So yeah, these are the 3 products that I'm wearing underneath the concealer. I also set the concealer with a little bit of the Laura Mercier Loose Translucent Setting Powder, just because this is what I would normally do, and if I'm gonna try out a product, I want to see how it's gonna wear under normal circumstances. But yeah, so with that being said, let's just get started with the video. Hi guys. Okay, so I hope this is close enough for you guys to see a little bit or see more of my face than I usually do in my videos. But the brightness is up right now. I'm going to turn it down so that we can better see the concealers and my imperfections and how they're actually covering things up. Okay, so right now I do not have the brightness up at all. And I have 2 colors of the concealer. Like I said, this one is light 20 and this one is medium 30. So this is the lightest medium shade and the darkest light shade. They have a ton of colors, but I went with 2 that would probably most what am I trying to say? Probably be the best fit for the type of concealers that I wear. Yeah, and if all else fails, I could probably mix the 2 colors. I do have a warm complexion, so I went with 2 that have yellow undertones, as you can see. I think they look pretty okay, both of them. I have heard that these oxidize though, so I'm curious to see what that looks like. I think I'm gonna do the light 20 first, and if it looks a little too light, then I'll put the other one on. Right off the bat, it feels really, really good. Not too thick, but it's pretty opaque. It's not streaking or anything, and the applicator is like a doe foot but flat on both sides, so I think that's pretty good for applying concealer. It's not sticky or anything, which I like. I think it's a pretty good match for me, and right off the bat it did oxidize a little bit. I think that's going to be pretty good for now. If I feel like I need more coverage, I'll try to go back in with a second layer, but I'm just going to buff it out. The brush that I'm using today is an e.l.f. concealer brush. It looks like it's actually smoothing out my skin a little bit, and I know that because right around here I have a part that gets flaky when I wear this foundation, because it's kind of a dry patch even though it gets oily. I don't know, I have weird skin, but it actually smoothed that area out a lot, so I'm into that. I'm okay with that. I think I might have put a little bit too much concealer on the nose area though, but it's definitely brightening and it's the right undertone. I think this shade was a much better match for me than the medium 30. I haven't even tried it, to be honest, but this one is just it looks really good. It's honestly blending in really well, and I don't think you need to work quickly with this product. I feel like you have time to work with it. Wow, you guys, I actually really like this concealer. The coverage on it is really good. It's definitely no Tarte Shape Tape, but Tarte Shape Tape is a whole nother beast. It's crazy coverage on it, but it's also very drying. This one doesn't make my under eyes look dry, which I really like, and that's something that I'm really prone to, is having dry looking under eyes. But this one blended in well, and it works really well with this foundation, so I like that. Now if this concealer lasts, then I would probably give it a pretty good review. I do have to wear it a few times before I know whether or not I like it, and how the staying power on it looks, whether or not it breaks apart. But for my first impression, it looks really good, especially for the price, which was only $6 I think on ColourPop's website. The coverage is good. I don't think I'm gonna go in with a second layer because this is everything that I would need. It smoothed out my pores, even though I can still see them right over here, but that's just because I have dark pores or deeper pores in this area. But it covered up everything I want it to cover up. It doesn't accentuate any dryness, and I really like that. So I'm gonna set my under eyes with a little bit of loose setting powder just because I always do that. So Laura Mercier loose translucent setting powder. I'm just gonna grab a little bit of it, and then I'm gonna do the rest of my makeup and I'll be back. So I hope I'm still in focus. Right now I have most of my makeup done. I still need to do like my highlighter and my lips and stuff like that, but other than that I have my blush, my eyes done, everything, and contour. So I'm gonna do a highlighter first. This is the ColourPop Super Shock Cheek highlighter in Lunch Money. It's a pearlized formula, and I did swatch this already. I was just playing around with it yesterday, and it really feels like a cream. Like there's a bounce to it, if you can see that. Oh, you definitely can't see that. But it looks really pretty, so I'm going to try it out today. I have a ton of highlighters that I will be comparing this to, so it kind of has stiff competition in my collection, just because I really like highlighters, and I like mine to be pretty beaming, but I've heard good things about this, so let's see. And yes, I am using a paintbrush. I don't know, you guys, I bought a paintbrush and I saw this and I was like, man, that would be really good for highlighter, and then I started using it and I never found a reason to buy another highlighting brush after that, so that's why I use paintbrush. Okay, so my first impression of this is that it takes a little bit of building for me actually, but it looks pretty. It does after it's been built up. What this reminds me a lot of is this Too Faced highlighter, because it does take a lot of building. This is the Too Faced Love Light Prismatic Highlighter in the shade Blinded by the Light. It's kind of a subtle highlighter as well, but you can build it to be really nice, and it's not that it's not pretty. It's definitely really pretty, but it's not as bright as some of my other highlighters, but that's fine. I don't always have to look like a disco ball. It's kind of like taking off my makeup underneath, which is kind of weird. That's weird. I don't like that. That's weird. Wait. I have to fix that. Where's my concealer brush? Okay, so there's product on that area again, so I think I need to add more highlighter now. Is this a cream? I can't tell, because it kind of feels like it could be a cream, and then I can see why it would be moving around the product underneath, but I don't know. I guess it looks okay. Okay, and then just a little bit on the tip of my nose. I think I'm going to do a little bit of under eyebrow highlight using a concealer. I'm going to use the medium 30 shade just so I can see if it's darker than my skin tone or not. Am I still focused? Yeah, okay. I feel like that's going to be too much. But it is darker. It's like the same shade as my foundation, which is strange. Because it looks so much lighter than it is. The tube, do you see that? It's like a huge difference. I feel like maybe the tube distorts the color, but I'm not sure. It's not that it's like orange or anything, it just isn't as light, isn't as pale as I like my concealers. It can be kind of hard to choose shades then online, I think. But the formula on it is really good, so... and it's actually still pretty brightening, so it's not too bad. I still like it. I think I'm still going to be able to use this shade. Oh yeah, that is much easier than Shape Tape to blend out. Yeah, I don't think my eyebrows are even. Too late to fix that. So I have my highlighter on, and everything, so now I'm going to try lip color. I have a ton that I bought. If you watched my last video, which was a haul where I included all of these products, I think I'm going to use Times Square. It's kind of a pinky mauve nude color. The applicator on these is similar to the concealer, except it's still a little bit more round. Yo, this is really drying. I don't like the way it looks right now. Okay, I can already tell that these lipsticks are incredibly drying, and it like accentuates the lines on my lips, which I don't really like, and I have a ton of liquid lipsticks that don't do that, so that's a con. It's a pretty color though, it just doesn't look very good on my lips. I think it is because my lips are sunburned right now, but whoops, I think I'm going to try to put a lip gloss on top of it. I have this one, which is called 9 to 5. It's a pearlized lip gloss, so or it's a metallic lip gloss, I think, so I'm going to put that on top. Maybe that'll distract a little bit from the dryness or accentuate it. How does that look? Does that look better? Am I tripping? Okay, really quick, I just wanted to say that I wiped off the last lipstick. I moisturized and exfoliated my lips a little bit, and then I tried on a different color. This is K, and it is a lot darker, so I don't know if maybe the formula is different, but it looks so much better than the last one. It's accentuating. Sorry, I'm looking in the mirror over here to make sure I do actually like it. It's not accentuating my fine lines as much, and it dried down much better than the last one. It could just be because my lips were sunburned. I'm not gonna like blame it on the formula per se, but I do like this one much better. I think I'm going to touch it up a little bit more, and then I'm going to be back to film my outro and everything. Okay, so I feel like this shade kind of took a lot of life, or kind of washed me out. It took a lot of life out of my body. That's weird to say. So I'm going to go in with an e.l.f. bronzer. This is just in the shade Warm. It's a shimmery bronzer. I'm going to go into a few of the shades here. I just want to add a little bit more of a bronziness to my face so I don't look like a zombie. I usually look like a zombie though, so like no big deal if I do. I just feel like with darker colors and around the fall time, I need to put more warmth and bronziness into my face because I don't naturally have that because of the sun and stuff, so totally fine. I really like this color still. I just wanted to bring you guys through this entire makeup journey, so. Okay, you guys, so I've had this makeup on for a few hours now, and I do like the way that it's wearing. It hasn't oxidized more than it did after I first applied it, so that's good. And I actually think I could use both shades. This one, the medium 30, is a little bit darker than I wanted it to be, but it's the same shade as my face. It doesn't go darker than my face, so I can definitely still use this one. And then light 20 is the one that I think I will be using the most, just as an under eye concealer and as a highlighting concealer. I feel like the coverage on these two concealers are pretty high, but you can apply less and make it more of a medium coverage product, but I feel like you could also layer this up to being high coverage, but one layer of this concealer was all that I needed, and that's coming from someone who uses Tarte Shape Tape on a daily basis. In my Tarte Shape Tape, I wear the shade Light Sand, which is comparable to Light 20, as you guys can see here. Yeah. The Tarte one is a little bit too light for me, so I am glad that this one did darken a little bit. But my first impression on these concealers is that I really like them, and I'm going to keep using them. I'm a little bit confused by the highlighter. This is their Super Shock Cheek highlighter in the shade Lunch Money. I heard a lot of good things about them, but I'm not sure if it's a cream or a powder, and I'm just kind of confused. It did take off a little bit of my makeup underneath, but I kind of figured out how to better apply it, and that's a dabbing motion opposed to a rubbing motion, just because I feel like this is not entirely a powder, so it can move product around. You guys saw me try out the liquid lipsticks for the first time, and I have heard that they are drying. I just didn't expect it to be that bad. I do have a sunburn on my lips right now, which I think I mentioned, but I have been moisturizing and everything, and they weren't too flaky. But the thing is that I think it was definitely user error with the lighter shade. I'm gonna keep using it. I'm gonna keep trying to make it work. I know you can if you kind of like exfoliate every single time you use them, and I already bought them, so I'm still gonna use them. But the shade that I'm wearing right now, which is K, one of Karrueche Tran's lipsticks, I really like it. It went on so much better than the other one, and I kind of knew how to work with it a little bit better, so I think that may have also been why it went on better, but I really like it. Okay, so that was my first impressions on a bunch of ColourPop products. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel. And yeah, that's pretty much all that I have to say for this video. If you have an Instagram though, please follow me at ohdangdanii with 2 eyes, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!